Hello guys, today we're going to be doing a video on Cyberpunk using the GTX 1050 Ti. We're running a Ryzen 3700X with 32GB of RAM running at 3200 MHz. Alright, let's jump into the settings. We're going to start it off with 1080p. I'm going to start it with the low preset and I'll increase it until it becomes unplayable. I'll probably go up. Here we go, driving off. We are getting 30 FPS, which is, I mean, not bad, but we already know that once you drive up, once you get going, you definitely lose a bunch of frames. But so far, here we go, I can feel it now. 27 frames. Now I'm wondering if it's better to have FSR or just to drop down to 900p. Because FSR, you gotta crank it up to quality at least in this game. Lower or I mean not lower. In performance mode or balance mode, it looks very bad. Especially in this, it's gonna be a lot worse once I throw grenades and stuff. Throw grenades. The aiming feels quite unstable, feels very laggy and delayed. Yeah, 22 frames FPS. I'm gonna start up with quality since quality is like the best starting point for FSR. And we gain 15 FPS, and the game's graphics look pretty good. We do get some issues like with that fan over there. I can definitely tell the moving parts. The moving blades look pretty bad. You definitely can tell. That car driving, it was like smearing. The car was like the tires were smearing. Looks pretty bad. Right there, you can see the ground. This building up coming up is pretty bad as well normally. Yeah, it's very blurry. Ultra Quality. We lost about 7 frames. We're sitting at 35 now, but this looks much better. This looks more close to 1080p native than it does at quality. And I wouldn't go lower than quality. I'll just show you guys what it looks like lower than quality, but it's not gonna look good. Let's put it on balanced. As you can see, there's more blurring going on. The actual handrails looks like they're flickering a little bit. The problem with FSR is that it looks good up close, but once you focus it in the distance, you can definitely tell that it's blurring and it's just not looking. The background isn't in focus. But we are getting 50 frames driving around. Whole screen is blurry. Up close is blurry, the distance is blurry. But we are holding 60 FPS. The game feels very smooth. But you can't see anything. Indoors we're doing much better actually. 70 FPS looking at distance, so driving was more intensive, I guess. The shooting feels very smooth. And honestly, the blurring isn't too bad indoors. This is definitely playable. I wouldn't have a problem playing like this. You can definitely see some blurring still, but not too big of a deal. Just shoot this guy up close. Wow. We lost 10 frames, dropped to 50, but the game is already becoming unplayable at medium settings, so I might not do too much. I'll do a little bit without FSR, and then I'll turn on FSR like halfway through, just to see if we can make it playable. Yeah, 24 FPS. This is already becoming pretty unplayable. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, did I show the settings off? Okay, 22 FPS. That's pretty bad. It's pretty rough. I'm gonna go ahead and show the settings off in case I already haven't. Hopefully we can get 30 FPS, because the game still looks great. There's some blurring in the distance, but it's very slight. I wouldn't notice it. So if you want to have the console-like experience, you can definitely play on medium settings with FSR set to Ultra Quality, and you will have a great time. This is keyboard and mouse. The aiming is kind of difficult at 30 frames, so when I use a controller, I make it a lot easier. But this is definitely playable. This is very hard to aim right now at 20 FPS. We're gonna definitely fall into the 15 FPS range. Oh wow! This will give you a headache. Wow, this looks like native. It's actually crazy. Indoors, you can't tell that FSR is running. Yeah, 24 FPS. I mean, it doesn't go as low, obviously, and if you stand back and they get so close, you can definitely play like this. great here, you can just shoot the guy and he'll hold 30. But when you get up close, it kind of becomes unplayable. I guess we'll just keep getting worse and worse. This is definitely unplayable. 20 FPS just with standing still. This is gonna fall to like 15, 14 when we get going. Actually didn't fall too hard, but this is really bad. So medium is as high as we can go if you want to have FSR and Ultra Quality, which is what I'm going to recommend since it looks very close to native. And once you fall below quality into balanced, like as you saw before, it looks very bad. It looks there's a lot of smearing. I'll try that anyway though, just to see if we can hold 30, which we should be able to. There we go. The reason I say there's no point in doing this is because you lose all the quality you gain from the high preset. Okay, indoors feels great. Once you get 40 FPS, the game feels decently smooth. 30 FPS with keyboard and mouse, it does feels kind of clunky. Up close, 26 FPS. So it's the same as 1080p high with FSR like Ultra Quality. So I'm gonna do a little voiceover with this clip. We got 1080p native on the left and 1080p with FSR and Ultra Quality on the right. And as you can see, it's very hard to tell them apart. They're both very similar. Both look really good. But 1080p native, you get 30 FPS around there. You get dips in the 20s as well. And with FSR and Ultra Quality, you're sitting at the mid 30s. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you found it useful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like and a subscription will be highly appreciated. See you next time.